21-year-old Kevin Pilkington starts his first FA Cup tie with Peter Schmeichel sidelined with a leg injury that forced his half-time departure at Tottenham. In front of him, Pilkington will be pleased to see the first-choice back four reconstituted after more than a month of disruptions. Steve Bruce, Gary Pallister and Dennis Irwin all return ahead of schedule. No changes further forward, with Andy Cole particularly buoyant after scoring in each of United's 4 holiday fixtures. Sunderland, on the other hand, haven't played for a fortnight. Their captain, Kevin Ball, is finally able to come back after a 3-match suspension. David Kelly, the conspicuous figure in last season's FA Cup with Wolves, is also brought back. But the biggest decision Peter Reid had to make was about the fitness of his assistant manager, Paul Bracewell, who's undergone so much surgery during his career. A hernia, the most recent problem. Well, it's number 9, Andy Cole, today, with the referee Mike Reid informing Manchester United about an hour before the kick-off of a new FA directive, it seems, that squad numbers and shirt names, as in the Premiership, are not permitted in the FA Cup. Some 8,000 Sunderland supporters allowed in to Old Trafford for this third-round tie, creating a terrific atmosphere. Sunderland in their change strip of all yellow. Alec Chamberlain is their goalkeeper. Irwin. Well, Pilkington has an early problem here. Russell has nipped in, he's been forced wide, tries for goal, and would have found it, but for Gary Neville right on the line. Nearly a sensational start here. And Irwin, who was far from positive with his first involvement in the game, now earns United a throw. Craig Russell tried to thread the ball really through the eye of a needle to score. It looked as though he might have achieved that, but for Neville getting back and clearing. This was Dennis Irwin just knocking it now. If Peter Schmeichel had been there, maybe things would have been a bit more in order, but it wasn't Pilkington's fault. The more experienced man let him down, and look at Russell going for goal. It was on target, but Neville was certainly on his mettle and on the line to clear. Bruce. Well, a familiar look to the Manchester United defence, but not how we remember them in terms of being decisive right from the kick-off. And it was the youngest member of that back four who came to the rescue. Beckham. Neville with a chance to cross. Cole. He's trying to take it on, but didn't. Here's Bruce. It's been quite windy in the northwest. Might be a problem when the ball goes up high, but otherwise, for this time of year, very playable conditions. Bracewell not been in the starting lineup for Sunderland since November. Such an important figure he could be with all his know-how. Well, they're bursting to be in action again, Sunderland, 2 weeks out because of the wintry weather over the holiday period. And what a fixture to come back into. Well, Manchester United and their supporters will remember Rota Volgograd and York City. They've been out of 2 competitions, falling at the first hurdle. Could it be an unhappy hat-trick today? Sunderland will hope so. Pallister, who hails, of course, from the northeast himself, winning the header. Neville challenged quickly by Michael Gray. McAllister. Here's Kubicki. Bracewell's header. Kelly. And Nicky Butt lets it run. And Kelly's a little bit annoyed that Kubicki didn't quite go where the Republic of Ireland international wanted him to go. And Kelly's playing a slightly different role today, known as a striker, but he's on the right-hand side of Peter Reid's midfield four. Moving with any great aggression towards a ball knocked down by Beckham for United. Neville's throw, it's a huge one. We've come to expect that. Roy Keane wearing number 5. Cantona. Dropping out to find space as he does so brilliantly, but he can usually use the ball with more panache than that. Quick clearance from Chamberlain. Held up well by Russell. One of a number of promising youngsters coming through the Roker ranks. Craig Russell, who got 4 goals in a game recently against Millwall. He almost got one here within seconds against Manchester United. Michael Gray, once with the United on schoolboy forms, has really begun to develop in Sunderland's senior side this season. Well, Pilkington being studied particularly by Peter Schmeichel, who's up on the television gantry working for the Danish network, who are broadcasting this game live. Mike Reid, firm in his applying of the referee mandatory regulations there. It was a clip by Beckham and a booking for Beckham. Free kick to Sunderland. It was Phil Gray, just let it run away from him so that Bruce could clear. Kelly, keeping it in. Came off Pallister, Bracewell! Oh. Well, it looked to have the direction, it certainly had the power, but it just kept on rising. No inhibitions here from Sunderland. And Paul Bracewell, who was in that Everton side that lost the 1985 FA Cup final to Manchester United, looking for a spot of revenge. Keane. Beckham trying to direct the traffic from the centre. Cantona. Keane. But Chamberlain anticipating. Stopping Cole getting there first. Michael Gray. Russell, who's quick, and has isolated Bruce. Philip Gray! Well, there's the threat again from Sunderland. Michael Gray down the channel. Russell got the drop on Bruce and got the ball in early, and Phil Gray did well to reach it on the run. A firmer contact. And again, Sunderland could have been in front. But cup football isn't so much about making chances, it's about taking chances. And although Sunderland have had, 3 in 12 minutes, it's still 0-0. Giggs, nicely found by Cole. Here's Keane. But Giggs. Beckham. Irwin linking up as well. Now Cantona. But Cole, the movement is good. Nicky Butt! 1-0 to Manchester United. Patient play from the home side. Maybe in the end lulling Sunderland into a sense of full security. But they worked for the opening. Butt had several involvements in the move. And finally ran in on the blind side of Kubicki and looped it over Chamberlain. Sunderland have been making the chances, but Manchester United have taken theirs here and they lead through Nicky Butt. Goal in the 13th minute. His second goal of the season, and it will make Manchester United feel a little more comfortable after a particularly tentative start, and more tentative play from Pallister this time. Bracewell. Pallister's header. Well, it's hard on the team from Division 1, but in a way it says something about the gap that they're trying to fill in their league status. Peter Reid has seen his side begin the game well, only to go a goal down. Cole. Held well up the pitch by Manchester United. Phil Gray was caught offside. Cantona. There's Neville. Have to go back to 1984 and red United faces down at Bournemouth. Find the last time that Manchester United went out in the third round of the FA Cup. They've never fallen at this stage under Alec Ferguson. Kubicki. Here's Melville, Andy Melville, regular these days with Wales. Scott, who's in the Bristol City side that knocked out Liverpool and Anfield a couple of years ago at this stage. Well, it's the captain and the young goalkeeper getting used really to dovetailing defensively together. Kubicki. As Phil Gray Gray's touch that just ran away from David Kelly. Giggs. Bracewell. Neville's clearance. Here's Melville. Trying to make things happen further forward. Bracewell, as ever, there to lend support when it's required. Great continuity player in midfield. Ball, who'd filled in at the back because of Melville's surge forward. Kevin Ball did play in that defeat by Liverpool at Wembley 4 years ago. And Sunderland had such a romantic FA Cup run as a side from the old Division 2. Phil Gray was a bit late on Irwin. But Mike Reid construing that as a genuine attempt to play the ball by Gray and not reaching for the yellow card this time. Bracewell. Sunderland's travelling band. More silent at the moment, but hoping that their team can lift their spirits. Pallister positioned himself very cleverly. Phil Gray, who's played 17 times for Northern Ireland, keeping his place up front with Russell, with David Kelly. Being asked really to work this right-hand side, and when Sunderland do develop down the left, Peter Reid has a belief that Kelly might just get in at the far post. Haven't seen a situation really to test that theory yet, but we have seen plenty of Craig Russell and Michael Gray. Oh, and it hit the post! Sunderland a whisker away from equalising here. And Michael Gray really connected. It's another sweeping attack. Russell again to the fore. And he lined it up quickly, did Gray, and Pilkington was beaten. But Manchester United still have their lead intact, just. Michael Gray again. Phil Gray. Volleyed away by Butt. Controlled beautifully by Cantona, not past. Again with his precision. That's a bit on the short side from Russell, aiming for Kelly. Giggs. He's given a yard of space to bring that one down. Well, the enforced changes in the side have led to inconsistent results recently for Manchester United. Just 2 wins in their last 8, 3 defeats in their last 5. So they're not quite brimming with their customary confidence, and that's been reflected in the way the game has shaped up so far, even though the home team and the favourites to win today are in front. I think both camps want a definite result this afternoon, with the fixtures to make up, particularly in Sunderland's case. The replay would clutter their schedule. Well, it might improve their bank balance, of course. Managers tend not to think of that straight away. Chamberlain's kick. It's not a very long one. Pallister makes it his. Bracewell. United's throw. Halfway through the first half. Sunderland have played some splendid football, and now they are trying to do that to better effect in front of goal, having come so close to scoring. Handball by Bracewell. Giggs and Beckham pondering over it. Giggs takes. Chamberlain claims there's a ball on quickly here for this quick-moving Michael Gray. Neville doing the jockeying, trying to buy United some time, and he's not quite as accurate that time. But certainly encouraged by what happened a minute or two ago, and much better with his left foot than his right. It was a terrific try. He'll tell you, Michael Gray, that he's more a goal maker than a goal scorer. But you wouldn't have known that the way he connected. Cantona. Neville. Well, Sunderland have lost their captain on his comeback after missing 3 games with suspension. Kevin Ball departs with an early injury, and on comes Steve Agnew. It's a thigh strain for Ball. Scott. Michael Gray. The captain's armband has been passed to Richard Ord. Keane. Well, no sooner has Ord put the armband on, and he's picked up an injury as well. It was Roy Keane just leaving his foot in then. Ord wasn't very happy about that. Put a battle on quickly at the throw, for which Beckham was climbing to try and flick on. Pallister was right in there as well. But Mike Reid, the referee, has given a free kick to Sunderland. Messages still coming thick and fast from the manager, one of the great warriors of the game, and desperately frustrated that his playing days are behind him. He'd love to be conducting the battle from out on the pitch rather than waving the arms from the sidelines. Beckham. Agnew still trying to attune to the pace of the cup tie, understandably. Cantona, but Agnew got back and has got there again and has passed it well too. For Kelly. Out by Dariusz Kubicki. Plenty of international experience with Poland and, of course, Premiership experience with Aston Villa. The memories of Sunderland's finest hour came flooding back this week. The scorer of their winner at Wembley in 1973, Ian Porterfield, returning to English football as Colin Todd's assistant at Bolton. Sure he'll be listening out for what happens to Sunderland here as Bolton do battle at Bradford. Kubicki. It's out of play. Kelly. McAllister not attempting too much. Certainly the medical diagnosis seemed to rule out Gary Pallister for a lot longer after this sciatic problem that's been with him for a while now. Bracewell. Kelly. Now Sunderland have hit the post. They've had one cleared off the line. Bracewell has fired just over. Phil Gray, a strong touch away from scoring. They must even one goal down. Plenty of belief that they can get something from Old Trafford today. Cole. Easy though for Melville. Now Keane. Bracewell is there. Ended up almost tackling his own man, Melville. Agnew. Free kick taken from a few yards further back, but Mike Reid letting it go. Ord. Pallister is there, and the header drops nicely for Giggs, and Manchester United can start to try and play some measured football through midfield here. Cantona. Sunderland regrouped, but they were there in good numbers when Manchester United opened them up for the only goal so far. But trying to provide a chance this time, having taken that earlier one. It's fortunate for Bruce that Russell couldn't control it first time. There was no cover. Neville. Scott steaming in. And making it his. And that's Cole on Ord. And Mike Reid has certainly given the free kick. And he's calling Andy Cole over. The pace of the collision, it was a high-speed crash. Made it look particularly spectacular. And it's a word of warning for Cole, no more than that. Scott takes the free kick. Melville. Oh, and Pilkington saved from Russell significantly. Didn't get the strongest shot in, Craig Russell then, but he was close enough to have expected something from the chance. Bracewell. Well, the opportunities are stacking up for Sunderland. There's been quite a catalogue of them. Kelly. Manchester United living on the wits, really, of their international defenders at the moment. And in the last Sunderland attack, on the ability of the young goalkeeper as well. But it's a corner. Michael Gray to take it. Ord chasing, Keane competing all the way, and those two had a tangle, remember, in the other half of the pitch a few minutes ago, and Mike Reid remembers as well. Richard Ord gets a yellow card. But Craig Russell still perhaps reflecting on the chance that came his way from the free kick. Didn't get enough on it, and Pilkington was well positioned to maintain Manchester's advantage again. Cantona. The second time. Cut out by the head of Scott. Michael Gray. Neville. But Keane has got Irwin to the left. Keane again. Neville. Cole. Well, it's to Sunderland's distinct credit that Manchester United haven't been a flowing force to this point. But it's to their debit, of course, that Nicky Butt has scored. Bracewell. Flipped forward by Agnew. Bruce was already on the turn to make sure he wasn't caught when it came to a chase. 35 now, Steve Bruce, past that pensioner's landmark in a footballer's life on New Year's Eve. Bracewell. Here's Butt. Cantona there where he could be found again. Only Cole ahead of him, although Giggs is making a lot of ground to link up as well. And Manchester United have a free kick. If it's going to be a direct effort, it's more suited to David Beckham with the right foot than Ryan Giggs with the left, but Chamberlain's only got 3 in the wall. And that's the gap that Beckham was aiming for. But happily for Peter Reid and company, he didn't find. In the end, having started off from Beckham's boot, looking as though it might be successful, there was just too much spin and swerve on it. Pallister coming in. Now Beckham for Cantona. Can he take the ball with him? Not quite. And on the spot there, when Sunderland certainly needed some defensive stiffening, was Bracewell. Headed out by Ord, who's having an excellent season, re-establishing himself in the Sunderland ranks. Keane. That's nicely constructed by the Premiership side. Cross a bit too deep, although Cole will hope to keep it in play. He's lost his footing at the vital moment. And to his credit, he did blame the lack of balance on the boot and not any contact from the opposition. Sunderland have never beaten Manchester United in the FA Cup. This is the 4th pairing of the 2 clubs in the competition. None of the previous 3 have been settled at the first attempt. Kubicki. Bruce stopping the Russell turn. Craig Russell fouling Giggs. Neville. It was Ord. He gave it away to the other number 8, Nicky Butt. Keane. Cole. Good movement from Irwin. And the pass from Roy Keane just had a bit too much on it. But understandably, as the first half draws to a close, Sunderland not quite able to sustain the swagger of some of their earlier play in the half. And Peter Reid might just be thinking at this moment, well, we'll take being 1-0 down at half-time rather than go gung-ho for the equaliser. But a mistake along defensive lines has always looked a possibility for Manchester United. They've not bedded in as quickly at the back as Alex Ferguson might have hoped for. It's another booking, this time for Martin Scott. For grabbing hold of Beckham then. It's been a strange display from Manchester United, really. One could detect the feeling of optimism amongst the fans at Old Trafford here when the teams were announced and that Bruce and Pallister and Irwin in particular were back. But my goodness, they've come back into a difficult first half with Sunderland swarming down on the Manchester United back line and Pilkington's goal, and even those who've been around a long time are finding it a bit hard to come back from injuries. But they can point to the fact that Sunderland haven't scored. Kubicki. Now Kelly. Phil Gray taking his time. Agnew had taken up a position partly in Phil Gray's way and partly a risk of being offside. So Gray decided to try and drive a gap through Manchester United himself. Kubicki's cross. Oh, and the flick on by Phil Gray was just away from Craig Russell. But they have linked up again here, Sunderland. Too many Premiership sides who've made as much in a half here against Manchester United, whose home record in the league is outstanding, of course, as Sunderland have done today. Well, if you were judged on creating openings, Sunderland would already have their place in the fourth round. As it is, unless they improve their finishing, they may well end their FA Cup involvement this year here at Old Trafford this afternoon. It would be no disgrace, of course, but that's certainly not in their minds. They've not been overawed. Throw just gave Craig Russell a smell of a chance, for the ball skipped beyond him through to Pilkington. We're in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Cole. After Melville was stranded, he needed some help in the middle from Ord. Sunderland looking a bit uncertain then, losing their concentration as the half-time whistle approaches. Another look at the watch from the referee. Irwin. It broke his way. Roy Keane with a looping header. It's a corner. Well, a second goal for Manchester United here in Sunderland could well have been sunk. I don't know how much Chamberlain got on that. It seemed to land on top of the bar as well, but a corner has been given. Melville. Well, it's half-time here, and Sunderland will go off wondering how they are behind. Nicky Butt scored the goal, but Manchester United have offered their usual panache only in patches. Sunderland have made chance after chance. Michael Gray hit the post. And at half-time, it's Manchester United 1, Sunderland 0.
The day's results coming up later. Action from around the country, but right now it's back to Old Trafford, where at half-time United were beating Sunderland by 1-0. Here's Martin Tyler.
Welcome back to Old Trafford. Manchester United leading Sunderland by 1-0, but the side currently stands 6th in Division 1 with plenty of promotion aspirations. Conspicuous in the first half, not just because of the luminous quality of their yellow strip. Peter Reid has had his say. And Phil Gray holds it up well in front of Gary Pallister. Flipped in by Kelly. Russell, who made a big impact in the opening seconds of the first half. And Gary Neville denied him a goal with that clearance off the line. That's the way it's been so far for Sunderland. Their fans do their best to rekindle the Roker roar here in Manchester. Given away by Butt, Michael Gray. Steve Bruce sees Michael Gray out of harm's way. He's only 21, he's Sunderland born, unlike Steve Bruce, of course, who comes from Newcastle and was brought up to regard Sunderland as the great enemy. Cole. Flipped forward by Agnew. Willing running again from Philip Gray. Trying to press Pallister into a mistake. He's done that. And then looking for Russell, where the cross could only drive it straight at the goalkeeper. But I just wonder quite how fit Gary Pallister is. So often a tower of authority at the back. And until yesterday, when the rumours started to come out of the Old Trafford training ground that Pallister would be playing today, a player that really wasn't seemed in contention to be involved in the third round of the FA Cup. Well, he was caught out by Phil Gray, and it could have cost Manchester United the equaliser. Bruce makes it his. Scott. Michael Gray. Pressing well up the pitch and getting their reward in possession through Bracewell, but he can't keep it in control. But again, it's a real limitation at times of Manchester United. Miscue by Irwin, but they are leading, and that knockout competition is all that matters. But to maintain their advantage and pull ahead in the later stages of this third-round tie. They're going to have to play a lot better, Alex Ferguson's side. Bracewell, Kubicki. It's a bold run from him. Pallister goes across. Not go one or two Sunderland arms in appeal. They come down pretty quickly. It certainly wasn't a concerted claim from the players as much as from the fans who are mostly at the other end of the ground. Pallister's fall at the end. It's perhaps an attempt to complicate the plot. Cole slipped at the crucial moment. Keane. No one to the right of him. Michael Gray gets back. Also gets a free kick against Keane. Michael Gray was stronger and more determined, and that's not often the case when you're in a contest involving Roy Keane, who was certainly the loser that time. Bracewell. It's out of play. One thing United can say in the second half that Sunderland really haven't opened them up as they did in the first. Beckham for Cole. Well, he's a master of the one-touch finish. And rather than give himself a problem by bringing the ball down, he backed his ability to take it first time. Knew exactly what he was trying to do, steer it over Chamberlain, but it was too high. And David Beckham created the chance for Andy Cole, and that's a sign maybe now of the balance of power in the territorial side of the game, swinging to Manchester United at last, even though they've led since the 13th minute. Giggs. Melville, who'd made the interception. Ward's got a cover across towards Cole at the moment. That's giving Manchester United a chance to switch the ball to the right, where they actually had players over, but the pass didn't come. Put up from Giggs. Penalised for dangerous play. Well, there's no great surprise that Alex Ferguson is wanting to inject a substitute here. David Beckham comes off. And Lee Sharp enters the fray. Sharp's had an in and out time over the first half of the season here at Old Trafford. Almost out of the door, one felt, on occasions when there was transfer talk. But he's still very much in the Manchester United mix. And he's got just over half an hour to try and help United through to the fourth round. His first job here is to clear, and he's done that well enough. Keane. Michael Gray, Neville at his back. Teammates helping him solve that problem. Russell. Buck driving in. Manchester United winning the ball well up the pitch, which is another sign that maybe the barometer is setting fairer for them. Michael Gray. Getting the better of Sharp. He'll pass it now, and he has done for Agnew. The shot is on. And it's in! Pilkington flung himself to his left, but couldn't reach it. Sunderland are level. Steve Agnew, who came on in the first half for Kevin Ball, has really announced himself in the second half here. A swerving shot from long range, Agnew not closed down, and the bend on the ball beat Pilkington. Sunderland will feel that it's an equaliser that they thoroughly deserve. Peter Reid can't relax, manager's smile. Well, strangely enough, Sunderland had chances in the first half, as we've mentioned on countless occasions, not taken them when they were really on top. At the stage in the game when Manchester United were really beginning to flex their muscles, the side from Division 1 have equalised, and Steve Agnew from distance has put himself into the cup headlines. Kubicki. Crowd calling for a foul, but I think it's only a throw. No, the free kick has been given. Mike Reid saw it that way as well. Keane. Cantona. Giggs. Agnew is there. Phil Gray going across with Bruce. Philip Gray has just kicked the ball away. Clearly annoyed that this wasn't seen as a shoulder-to-shoulder, but he moved in to initiate the contact, and you would say from that replay that the linesman who flagged to attract Mike Reid's attention got it absolutely right. Sharp. There's more brave defending from Ord. Agnew, no offside. Craig Russell, the ball wouldn't quite come down quickly enough for him. Russell shot, Russell's goal! It's turned round here with a vengeance. Same side, same result. And Agnew scored the first, sets up the second. Manchester United look for offside. Russell got his run just right and his shot, although Pilkington got the slightest of touches. Here comes Butt, whose goal for a good time was looking as though it might be enough for Manchester United. Certainly not enough now. Cole. Chamberlain and Kubicki in a tangle. Cole has to settle for the throw. Giggs. Manchester United up against it, in front of their own fans in a cup tie. Familiar story this season. Rota Volgograd knocked them out of Europe here. And York City won here convincingly enough to see it through in the second leg. Sunderland are in front, but here's Lee Sharp on his weaker foot, forcing a corner. Well, you remember Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister with those headed goals in the semi-final against Crystal Palace. Pallister indeed getting United out of trouble in that first game at Villa Park. He's up there at the corner. Bruce, who hasn't scored since that semi-final, is there as well. Chamberlain makes it look pretty nonchalant. .25 minutes to go. Scott. Cole came back from an offside position. The linesman was right, but the ball was in the air a long time, so it didn't look quite so obvious. Off comes one Neville, Gary, and on goes another Philip. Irwin switches to right back, Phil Neville goes to left back. Manchester United, who've done so much under Alex Ferguson, have achieved their successes through a fantastic competitive spirit. They're going to need every ounce of that spirit now. It's gone wrong for Alex Ferguson and his players in the second half, but all is not yet lost. But caught by Agnew. Yellow card for Agnew. Free kick taken quickly by Keane. Irwin. Cantona. Well, he would have been better having a swing at it and helping it on its way. Recognised that there was time for the extra touch if the extra touch was a good one, which that time it wasn't. But United have a corner. Sunderland smothering it through Bracewell. And Michael Gray preventing it going behind for another corner. How will Peter Reid's players respond to this situation, which they've certainly earned, but they're unfamiliar with? Agnew. Chance to play another probing ball here after a terrific tackle. Phil Gray. Kubicki coming up with him, and he couldn't find him, and Kubicki is out of position. The two up for United, Cantona and Cole, the two they would like. Joined by Philip Neville on the outside of Cole. Not this time. There isn't a huge amount of time for United to repair the damage in. Well, he's been around, Steve Agnew. He was brought by Blackburn for a time to help them into the Premier League. Well, the United fans trying to come up with the anthem, the bright side of life. It's not so bright at the moment. Well, last season's losing FA Cup finalists, the FA Cup winners the season before. Bracewell. It's close. As Kelly knocked it forward, Phil Gray was caught offside. Cantona. Bracewell. A little bit overconfident from Sunderland in there. Keane. Oh, it's a mistake by Sharp. Michael Gray. Pilkington needing to maintain his mental discipline after a stunning blow, a little shake of the head then, with two shots from Sunderland flying past him in quick succession. Agnew and Russell. Bruce. But Michael Gray. And getting, in the end, the whistle. Foul. A few whistles from a few thousand Sunderland fans. Andy Cole, of course, was cup-tied last season. He couldn't take part in Manchester United's run to Wembley in this competition. So he's one of the few in the United ranks without an FA Cup medal, winners or runners-up. He scored so well in the last 4 games, they'd love another one from him now. Bowled over by Bruce. Suddenly time has become an asset to Sunderland when it seemed against them, having conceded the early goal. Michael Gray. Well, Schmeichel-like Pilkington hurls it out to Giggs. Past Kubicki. Agnew, who's everywhere at the moment, trying to get the challenge in. He can't prevent the cross. Scott's there, and it's a corner. Another quick example of the Manchester United capacity to counter-attack still. Pallister. Lee Sharp's shot, and he got lucky because Scott couldn't get out of the way of it. It was a pretty woeful effort, an effort full of tension in truth, and a tension that Manchester United are feeling in abundance. But they have another corner. Pallister wins it. Bruce just backed off, knowing that Scott was always favourite to get that, and there was no real priority for Bruce to dive in. Giggs gives it away. Michael Gray. No air of panic yet about Sunderland as the prize draws near. Forward by Ord. Phil Gray was clearly offside, although not showing much interest in going for the ball, but the referee chose to stop the game on the advice of the linesman's flag. Owen. But trying to break through from midfield. Cantona's header. Hooked forward by Kelly. Phil Gray reacting quicker than Bruce as the ball dropped. David Kelly has got 2 to deal with on that far side. Helped by Kubicki. Bracewell. Kubicki again. Bracewell. Sunderland keeping their defensive shape, but for a moment, that Paul Bracewell it was, had let Butt run through, maybe thought he was going to be offside. Ball didn't get that far forward, so we'll never know. It was Lee Sharp going in. But part of the damage there might have been self-inflicted. There was an awkward twist. We certainly had a twist to the story. Peter Reid certainly wouldn't want to have a disrupted defence for the 14 minutes or so that remain. He might have to go off to come back on. Mike Reid is saying that's the rules these days to Richard Ord. Manchester United, for a side who've done so well in the FA Cup, haven't always been particularly masterful in their home matches. Remember, they went out to Southampton a few years ago on the penalty shootout here. And in the 80s, Nottingham Forest, Coventry, West Ham and Tottenham have all won here in this world-famous competition. But aside from a lower division, well, that's a lot further back. 1967, Norwich City managed it. By the score of 2-1, which is what Sunderland have to their advantage at the moment. Ward back in alongside Melville, who makes the header. Giggs. Phil Neville. Giggs, Manchester United trying to mount some pressure. It was Cole going in, he gets a corner. Chamberlain organising. Paul Bracewell there, number 4, making a point or two as well. Phil Neville, nicely played on the half volley as the ball dropped to get it back to Giggs. Drops for Sharp. Agnew quickly out to get the block in. Phil Neville. 4 in the centre for Manchester United. Keane one of them. Michael Gray gets it away, but there's no one upfield for Sunderland at the moment. First time they've really been pressed back. Scott steps in. First sign of a siege on Chamberlain's goal. Agnew, Sharp! Spins back his way as well. Keane, great tackle from Michael Gray. Well, he's to be careful. His enthusiasm taken by Sharp. Cantona has equalised. Just over 10 minutes to go. 2-2. Sharp's free kick. And Cantona got free. Chamberlain got to it but couldn't keep it out. Well, Eric Cantona has come up with a critical goal here that might just keep Manchester United in the FA Cup. Sunderland were beginning to feel the pace and feel the pinch. They'd been pushed back. They couldn't find a way to relieve some of the pressure. The first pressure of any sustained nature that Manchester United had managed, but it has produced the goal that the majority of Old Trafford wanted to see, right in front of the disappointed end of the ground, the Sunderland fans, and it came from Cantona. Martin Smith, who really in contention for a starting place today because he's got a little bit of a groin strain. Another of the homegrown products from Roker Park. Owen, now United hunting a potential winning goal. Giggs. Instruction by Kelly. They just can't stem the tide at the moment. It's Cantona again, just glanced away from him by Scott. Cantona kicks out angrily, not at an opponent, but in frustration at not being able to find the net again. It's David Kelly, a number up for him. He's played very much for the side today, holding his position on the right-hand side, not his natural game. And on comes Martin Smith, England under-21 international. He was the player who got involved with Rob Jones the last time Sunderland met Premiership opposition in the Coca-Cola Cup. Both players got sent off up at Roker. Keane. But Irwin. Cantona. Neville. It's all Manchester United now. But Keane. But it was close. Well, it's the essence of the FA Cup contests like this. The supposed underdogs giving a splendid account of themselves, pressing the Premiership side all the way, forcing them to dig really deep to stay in the competition. Phil Gray, Agnew. Now Sharp. Scott the first to confront him. Bracewell's there as well, but Sharp passes it in to Butt, who wasn't picked up. Cole, if he could have taken that on, Sunderland's hopes could have been extinguished. Agnew. Touch back by Russell. Bracewell. Scott's ball forward. Pilkington's kicked possession away. Well, we're 5 minutes away from a replay at Roker. Well, the welcome mat that Dennis Irwin put out for Martin Smith has produced a yellow card for Irwin. Sharp. Oh, and there might be an interception here. Russell goes in after Pilkington had to dive in the first challenge with Phil Gray, who's limped off the pitch injured. Well, the goalkeeper was given problems there that he solved commendably. Sunderland though down to 10 men. They do have one more substitute they can use. And, it is a striker if Phil Gray can't continue. Lee Howie, the older brother of Steve Howie of Newcastle and England fame. There he is. There's no time to get Phil Gray patched up. So Sunderland complete their set of substitutions. Lee Howie up front alongside Russell. But 3 minutes left. Neville, Giggs. Well, it was worth the try. He tried to twist and collect. Number one by Lee Howie. Giggs. Goalkeeper is in trouble. And Sunderland there, almost a suicidal piece of defending. Chamberlain now will need some attention. Melville and the goalkeeper getting a bit too close to each other. Cole was hoping for just that sort of catastrophe to cash in on. Mike Reed saying to Alec Chamberlain, come on, not as bad as all that, get on your feet, get back in your goal. There's certainly nothing that Sunderland can do in terms of bringing on anyone else, even if Chamberlain have been seriously hurt, which happily doesn't look the case, but he's got a corner to deal with. Bruce going in after Pallister had eased it on, but it's a free kick to Sunderland. Well, as I said earlier, every time they've met in the FA Cup, the first match has been drawn and replays have been required. And we're close to that happening again. Pilkington had no option but to put it out of play. Ball, he wanted to kick it quickly, there was no one upfield and he's thrown it, but he was impeded and Russell gets booked. Which takes us almost up to the 90-minute mark. Keane. Stoppage time now. Cantona. But carefully away by Kubicki. Howie chasing. Owen. Cantona wants it knocked forward long. Well, Owen got it to Butt. On the shorter side, Keane. Great tackle by Smith. Needs to be thumped away now for Sunderland. Was done by Ord. Howie. And ball by Michael Gray. One extra minute has been added on. Well, Eric Cantona, who didn't get past the third round last season for well-documented reasons, has kept Manchester United in the cup this afternoon with his equaliser after Sunderland had roared into the lead, turned a 1-0 deficit, a first-half goal from Nicky Butt into a 2-1 advantage. Steve Agnew with the equaliser, and Agnew's pass sending Craig Russell away for Sunderland's second. Sunderland have certainly stood their ground at Old Trafford, and it's a replay at Roker Park that Manchester United will hardly relish. The final score after a thriller at Old Trafford this afternoon is Manchester United 2, Sunderland 2.
Yes, very well done, Sunderland. A real close shave for Manchester United. When we come back from the break, we'll